And we are back. Hope you enjoyed them duct tapes. We did take a little bit of an extended break, but it was well worth it because now we are back to conclude the results of the ANZ Champs qualifiers. We did get confirmation. It's not a best of 3. We will have best of 5s coming up here. And it is looking great.
Yes, exactly. Welcome back, everybody. Of course, we have Yaku and myself. We just finished casting ESL Open Cup Asia, and we are not done for the night. Not even close. We have the ANZ Champs qualifiers, and then, of course, we have a replay cast after that. And then we have NA Apprentice Cup tonight as well, or NA Apprentice. Oh. So I say we, myself and Kuro, will be casting that. So the cast just don't stop. We are just getting ready for DreamHack, and mate, let's go because we have a pull first from both of our players.
Oh my lord. Well, what did I expect here? As we load into Leningrad LE, we're in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in the bottom right-hand corner. We already, of course, have our red Zug player coming up from the land of Brisbane. He's the king of Brisbane, representing our own team, the CranKy Ducklings. He is Oreo.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Berlingrad ALE. As a reminder, both players are going for 12 pulls. Legs are coming out across the map. We have the Australian Zerg player representing Opus V. It is Peppy.
I mean, to send her the map, I just know it.
Here we go. Both players have mined the minerals as well. You can see why both of these players are the highest rated players from the bracket, from the entire qualifier. Oh my god, Oreo's seen. They've seen each other. Up.
Yeah, Oreo being a little bit more careful, but he will be able to sneak one link through. Just to act as a little bit of a scout. Man, the reactions are absolutely key right now.
Yeah, I mean, Oreo needs to see if this was a 13-12. He needs to see if there are gases. He will confirm only links, only minerals being harvested here for Peppy. So he knows that, hey, mate, I just have to chill, defend at home with my queens, and I am fine.
Yeah, little does Peppy know that that's the exact same thing that Oreo's doing.
Oh my god, yes, and after all said and done, the 12 pools cancel each other out. They kind of bounce off each other, and now we are going into a longer game, but Oreo does take his gas that little bit faster.
Yeah, again, he has the knowledge. He knows that he can sort of afford to do so, whereas Peppy is still a little bit in the dark.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Peppy is still droning up, by the way, so he's not all in or anything like that. It just seems to be the case that he is just delaying gas production for a long time, focusing a lot more on these lings instead, or on mineral income instead, I should say. So yeah, very interesting dynamic that we're seeing here. And now Oreo's going to have to make a choice because he does have the gas advantage. Is he going to use this on ling speed, or does he have something else in store for us? You know, if he wanted to, he could maybe even rush into, I don't know, 2 base roaches or something along those lines instead.
I'm thinking Banelings, although I don't believe that is something that Oreo prefers doing.
Yeah, we'll see, as Ling speed is on the way here for Oreo, so he's not cutting any corners. He's not going to be greedy and skip Ling speed to go into anything else, so everything's looking pretty standard for him. Meanwhile, Peppy, he was late with his gases, so he has to take 2 of them to make up for that, and to catch up in that gas count.
Yeah, and we actually see that Peppy is the first player to tech up. He's throwing out a Roach Horde and getting not plus 1 yet, the Evo Chambers for eventual +1. Actually skipping on to link speed.
Yeah, this is what I thought Oreo was going to do. So, again, Oreo is playing this normally, and Peppy is the one cutting corners, preserving his gas. It makes sense because he delayed his gas for so long. He cannot afford to waste it on link speed, so he's just going 2 bases and going for roaches.
Alright, we'll see if he's able to actually get enough gas and resources to secure a little bit of a roach force. Oreo also not too far behind when it comes to that regard.
Yeah,
The
as
upgrades are gonna cancel each other out.
they kind of are, yeah. +1 range for one, +1 carapace for the other. Oreo, he fully walls off on 2 bases. He's going to move out with a decent link force, and with link speed, he will catch every single one of these things. And with this momentum, he can go across the map, and he's going to make it he's going to give Peppy a hard time at expanding and getting this third up and running.
Yeah, that's the advantage of link speed. Well, it's so important for Oreo not to have skipped out on it if he sees the third base. So far, he doesn't.
Yeah, he has no idea that the third is there. He doesn't have an overlord in position. He has it at the linear third instead. And with all these links, he actually wants to get a kill on this Roach Warren.
He might be able to get it, actually. That will delay Roaches for quite some time, and will deny Galileo Constitution. I believe, yeah, will deny Galileo Constitution as well. So Peppy may have gotten the quicker lair, but he's not really able to utilize it yet.
Yeah, and Volcano los dos. He takes out the Roach Warren and he forces a cancel of the third base. Oreo has done so much with these links, really making use of the link speed that he got earlier on. And again, catching up in the Roach count. Meanwhile, Peppy, he pivots away. Because of the death of the Roach Warren, he's not really doubling down on that. He is going for a Spire.
I mean, he really made a Warren, but yeah, he will have a little bit of opportunity here. Again, doesn't need to include the Mutalisk as part of his main army. It's just a pretty effective way for Peppy to, 1, deal with the links on the ground, and 2, harass across the map.
Yeah, exactly. It's a great way to come back in this game as well, because Peppy is behind. You know, he lost his Roach Warren, he had to rebuild it, he forced to cancel the third base. Oreo, he's already getting fully saturated, so he has to do something to deal some damage, some unexpected damage, and mutas are a great way to harass and get across the map. But will he survive long enough? Because Oreo is going to be done droning soon, and now he's getting ready to make his Roach army.
Yeah, we're at that point of the game where Peppy needs to do a lot. He needs to get his Mutalisk, he needs to preserve his gas, he needs to go across the map, he needs to harass, he needs to defend as well. Oreo just needs to live.
Yeah, he just needs to make riches.
He just needs to, keep doing what he's doing.
Exactly, mate. The one thing that Oreo is a little bit lacking in is that his lair is very late, as, oh my god, the link gets in! What?
But it doesn't quite scout that Spire. So important for that Queen to have been in that position.
Yeah, exactly. But Oreo, he goes in with his Overseer anyway, so the Link didn't see, but the Overseer sees all. Spire has been scouted. Mutas are on the way, but Oreo is responding with spores of his own.
He's so goddamn solid.
Yeah, really great scouting here. And again, the scary moment is going to be as soon as Roach Speed finishes. Roach Speed and +1 is they're kind of lined up, and mate, this Roach push is going to hit like a truck. But Oreo is actually sending out half his Roaches, half to defend and half to attack.
Defend against what?
True.
Alright, well, the Spore Crawlers have finished up, and there are not too many Queens, but there are enough Queens to really start to make a problem for all of these Mutalisks.
Yeah, at the same time, the Roach army of Oreo is here across the map. The Queen goes down, 10 drones go down as well, and Peppy just doesn't have enough to really deal with this. He turns around with all of his mutas. Again, if all the Roaches were here for Oreo, he probably could have gotten a kill on this third base. Regardless, I'm sure he's very happy with the damage he just dealt.
Yeah, 10 drones. You can't scoff at that. Oreo's hit by about 14 workers at the moment. And that's not game-ending, I would say, but in a mirror matchup, might as well be.
Exactly, and Oreo, he's been taking up as well. Hydrogen finished up. Hydras are on the way for that anti-air. What's important is that Oreo doesn't need too many Hydras. Like, how many mutas do we have here? 11 mutas, and Peppy has stopped muta production. So Oreo just needs a handful of Hydras with his army, nothing else but Roaches, and then honestly, he can get ready to just push out across the map. Peppy, he has to find another way to make use of these mutas. He needs to find some more damage.
Well, clearing up the Overlords is definitely one way of doing it. Supply blocking Oreo is honestly going to be pretty massive right now. Oreo, we'll look at him getting his upgrades. That's pretty much what he's waiting for. So if Peppy can just make the force of Oreo smaller somehow, that's going to be one way. Oreo going for a Nidus? What?
Oh, let's go. Mate, he wants to go for a kill move with +2. The Nidus won't just help with moving his army across the map unscouted, but all the Queens will be a part of the push as well.
Yeah, he also doesn't really need to sneak this around anywhere. He doesn't really have much creep going on here because Peppy has been doing a really good job of clearing that. So yeah, he could just use the Nidus to reinforce across the map. get his units to the front line a little bit quicker.
Exactly.
Nidus doesn't always have to be a surprise.
It doesn't. It can just be there to reinforce. Meanwhile, Oreo doesn't have a lot of vision across the map. He does still have that overseer in the main base, though.
Oh.
Like, that's the kind of key move here. Maybe he can go for a Nidus straight into the main. Meanwhile, the main army is moving in. Yeah, there it is.
But maybe that's a false Nidus. I don't think he's loaded anything up in that. I think he just wants to distract Peppy a little bit.
I mean, that's a little less mining time, to be fair. And Oreo's main army is pushing out.
And the Mutas are nowhere in position to deal with this army. To be fair, I don't think the Mutas would be able to do much against this army anyway. Banelings really want to get to that soft underbelly of Hydras, and there is a little bit of an opening, but Oreo kites back, and he's able to split very, very well. A lot of the Hydras are starting to go down, but I think that's a bit of a moot point.
Yeah.
Hydra reinforcements are coming in.
Exactly, and the roaches are breaking on through. G gets cold, as Oreo takes game number 1.
Insert the Spider-Man meme. And pointing to each other, and going for both going for a 12 fool.
Yeah,
man, that was solid.
I almost forgotten, but that was a wild start to the game.
Yeah, a Berliningrat no less. But yeah, I guess that shows a little bit of a difference here between the two players, and I suppose their playstyles in general. Oreo, much more reactive player coming down here, and that's why he was relying a lot on his scouting and making the right decisions from there. And he did, in all fairness.
Yeah.
Every single time.
He was looking really solid in the ZvZ. Obviously, a little bit of a weird start to the game that we don't typically expect to see, where they were 12 pulling each other. But like the transition from there was beautifully done. The scouting as well, he was on point. He saw everything. Again, in that ZvZ, he did feel like he was in almost full control there. Peppy gonna have to approach this a little bit differently here. I wonder. Curious Minds, though. Not a bad map for 12 pull.
Yeah, it's what we're 12 fools.
Yeah, why not? Let's go. Again,
I want some... What do I want? I feel like most of our players do 2-base Muta nowadays, so I'm going to say 2-base Corruptor.
Okay.
Anyway, we're going to be continuing this series now on Curious Minds LE. It's curious, much like the in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, swatting all the way in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the red Zerg player coming out from the land of Brisbane. He's the king of Brisbane, the land of all the gold mines. That's why we're on Curious Minds. He is going to be representing our own team, the CranKy Ducklings. We have Oreo.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner. How are they doing it? Mirrors again. Not a 12 pool, but a gas pool hatch opener from both players. In the top left-hand corner of Curious Minds LE, we have the Australian Zerg player representing Opus V. It is Peppy. How?
Are we sure they aren't like brothers?
They're somehow related, mate. They're, oh my god.
They got the instincts in utero.
Yeah. Somehow, some way, they're both just completely unscouted, by the way. They're just going for the exact same openers. For those curious what this necessarily means, going for fast gas like this means that you can go into fastling speed, and if you don't pull out, you can go straight into a Baneling nest as well. So hyper-aggressive openers here from our players.
Yeah, Peppy gonna hit that a little bit quicker though. Oreo did prioritize getting the queen out a little more.
Yeah, so a very slight difference here. Will it mean the game? Possibly. You know, the timing of link speed could be crucial for Peppy, as he will have it a couple seconds sooner. Meanwhile, there is that Baneling nest. Oreo hasn't pulled out. His Baneling nest should be on the horizon shortly as well. There it is.
I'm still a little bit in awe of how closely mirrored these two have been playing 2 games in a row.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. It's crazy the way that they're able to just keep up with each other. Again, right now they haven't really shown their hands yet. Oreo, he's banking up links in his main base. Meanwhile, so is Peppy. A little bit different. Peppy, you know, out on the right, Oreo behind the mineral line, and they're just waiting for their baneling nest to finish up, and then they're gonna link flood each other.
It's totally different.
Oh, but again, Peppy has the faster banelings.
Yeah, quite a lot quicker as well. Oreo's lings on the other side of the map have also been very quickly dealt with, so Oreo has got to play defensive at this point. I'm not sure if he realized this!
Oh my god, the banelings are here. Oreo, no! He has to be so careful. He does quickly pull away one link to dive on those banelings. Now he's going for a bit of a counterattack. At the same time, what do we have here at home to defend? We have defensive banelings. Up!
We have defensive lings
as
well.
Oh, the
interesting thing about the banelings. Yeah, interesting fact about banelings here. They can actually survive being hit by another baneling if they're the defender.
Exactly. Meanwhile, Peppy's being pulled apart. The target fire of the queen was insane. Oreo, he just snapped 2 banelings and that's it. GG gets called.
Oh man, I was thinking it, but I didn't want to be mean. But after 2 games in a row, I feel like this is an area where Peppy said he does exactly what I do. Or it's like, but better.
A little bit, maybe.
That was wow. Wow.
Very nice decision making there by Oreo. With his first pack of lings, he saw the ling bane. Ideally, what you want to do in that scenario, avoid it. Just go across the map, and 2 things will happen. You'll either deal damage, or you'll force your opponent to respond, or yeah, one of 2 things, right? And I mean, he just killed 5 drones across the map. On top of that, the target firing with that queen was absolutely insane, mate. He sniped 3 banelings with that 1 queen. Ugh.
Beautiful. That queen deserves a medal.
Ugh. Wow.
Oh man, that was... Yeah, it's, I guess, a bit of a shame that the grand finals aren't going to be played out because I want to see Oreo dominate a little bit more. I mean, honest. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves here. It's the best of 5.
Look,
there's potential for Peppy to reverse.
100%. Peppy, he's a great player. He is beautiful at what he does. It's just we're just such in a weird world where they just keep doing the same thing. Actual mirrors here. It's crazy. As we're getting into game at number 3. Before we get into this, I see mostly harmless in the chat. Gah! Let's go, mate. Let's go.
Let's go. Oh, 2000 atmospheres. Ellie, it's called 2000 because that's the year that Sydney held the Olympics. Oh, I remember going there. I remember running up the Barbie. And I remember, did anyone win that year? In the top right-hand corner of the map, swanning all the way to the top right-hand corner, we have a red Zerg player coming out from Atlanta, Brisbane. He is the king of Brisbane. He is representing our team, the CranKy Ducklings. We have Oreo.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of 2000 Atmospheres LE, we have the Australian Zerg player himself representing Opus V, once again mirroring each other. But calmly, going for hatch first all around. We have Peppy.
Oh. Man. It's like, you can't... Yeah. So you can't even criticize Peppy here because it's not like, you know, it's not like he scouted anything and then decided I'm going to do the same thing as well. No, it's complete coincidence that they both do the same thing. Just that on the fly, Oreo does have that better decision making.
Yeah, and I do think that it just comes down to being just in form. It's one of those things where Oreo has been practicing, he has been playing during the off season. I can't say the same for Peppy, and I don't blame him. You know, like, again, he isn't necessarily, you know, like, his focuses are a little bit elsewhere, and he has been laddering recently to get ready for ANZ Champs, but like Oreo just seems a little bit more prepared in these scenarios.
Yeah, Oreo, always a long-term kind of thinker in that regard.
Yeah. Oh boy. And we'll see how things differ here, as both players did go hatch gas pool, so very standard economic openers from both of our players. And this gives Peppy the best chance to come back in this series. You know, there's not going to be any hyper aggressive Ling Bane shenanigans in the early game. Instead, we should be at least, you know, working towards our third bases relatively in a standard way, I should say.
And they're both going to do it at the same time, but a little bit of a variance in the position.
Yeah, as no, Oreo actually comes out on top as well. Here, takes out one of those Lings, almost takes out a second Ling as well. Peppy has to respect this, he has to back off. The Queen will obviously push this back. And as she's pointed out, Peppy with the much more aggressive triangular third.
Yeah, that is the thing about Peppy, is that he is a bit more of an aggressive player, right? Oreo's more of a, I'll hang back and react a bit more, whereas Peppy definitely likes taking the active role. He does prefer to be in control in the ZvZ.
Yeah.
At least from what I remember.
And I'm a little bit afraid here. Both players are about to link flood each other, by the way. Oreo, he is link flooding. He wants to deny this third base. Big difference, though, is that Peppy will have a defensive Baneling Nest. Oreo skipped the Baneling Nest, and he's going straight for a Roach Warren instead.
Interesting choice here, I would say, but I guess Oreo just... Well, I'm hoping Oreo doesn't commit to the link flood. Yeah, he's starting to lose a lot of ground here, and yep, pulls back. Yeah, should realize that he can't fight that.
Well, the thing is that, like, again, because of the offensive Banelings, now Peppy is the aggressor, and now his goal here is to kill the third base of Oreo.
Yeah, it's very, very tough for Oreo to really contest with all these Lings. I mean, just the Lings alone, then you factor in the fact that Peppy does have a couple of Banelings. Yeah. It is going to be very, very tough to Roach Warren. Only now finishing up. Still takes a little bit of time to get Roaches out. Oh, but I like this. He stuck in a couple Lings to distract the reinforcements.
And the distraction, I think, just is what caused the A move there. Peppy, he just threw away his first Baneling. It went off on the lava, not on the Lings, and that means that Oreo can take this fight.
Wow. Yeah, and that buys him a lot of time to get his Roaches in position. They can snipe or tank the Baneling shots if need be. This was... I really thought that this was looking up for Peppy, man, but...
100%. Oreo should not have this third base. Like, just a little bit of miscontrol there by Peppy because of that distraction. And now Oreo, he holds on to the third, and now he's ahead in tech. Peppy, he's stuck with Ling Bane, and Oreo has Ling Roach.
Well, still an opportunity for Peppy here. Oreo doesn't have too many Roaches. So if he sneaks in and is able to surround the Roaches, then there is an opportunity for Peppy. He's getting the Spine Crawlers to help him out as well. Oh, not the best use of the Banelings, you gotta say.
Yeah, I mean, but like, I don't blame him, right? He has to do something with the Banelings, you know, and he does connect them with the Roaches. Meanwhile, the Lings of Oreo have been cleaned up, but the Roaches keep on pushing forward. He gets the Queen.
Wow. There's even a little bit of a choke point here, thanks to Peppy SimCity, that Oreo is now utilizing. This is... And we thought Hero versus Cure was brutal.
Oh my god, the Roaches, they do get in. We do have a bit of surround. The boys are being pulled as well. A little bit of a desperation move. Is it going to be enough to hold on? It looks like it will. The Ling Flood is just barely enough. But the reinforcements keep coming in for Oreo.
Yeah, important to note that Oreo does not have Galaura Constitution. We have both players are still on Hatch Tech, but I guess it doesn't matter too much because Oreo still has a couple of Roaches here, is reinforcing purely with Lings. GG is called. Oreo takes a clean sweep in less than 20 minutes. Or less than half an hour, I should say. Accounting for all the downtime and making lobbies, yeah, I think that was roughly 20 minutes.
I don't know what to say. GG, well played, Oreo. 3-0's Peppy, and Oreo will be the #1 seed going into ANZ Champs.
I know exactly what to say, Light. Get hyped.
Everyone get your Oreos ready because Oreo is in form. He is going into ANZ Champs on fire. And last season, he had a pretty decent run, but this season, he is looking to be the champ, mate.
Oh yeah, he ain't fucking around no more. You know, last season he had the kitty gloves. This time, no mercy.
He is a man grown. GG, well played, Oreo. Takes it, and now he is done for the day. He can go have a nap. He can go get some food. He can go chill. What a showing of ZvZ. But what I will say, there's not a lot of other Zerg players in ANZ Champs. There's literally none other. There's no other Zerg. It's just Peppy.
Pretty much, yeah. That's our 2 representatives of the 8 players in Code S for ANZ Champs. The main event, a couple more Zerg players, but yeah, they're not going to be playing there. So Oreo showed off his mastery of the ZvZ matchup, and yesterday showed off a very good understanding of, I believe it was ZVP as well. Yeah, ZVP. How is the ZVT looking like, though?
That is the big question. That is a very important question because there are some very strong Terran players in ANZ Champs.
To be fair, he did also release like 3 different guides of how to play ZVT, so...
Yeah.
He's feeling... At least he's feeling... I don't know what his form is looking like, but you can definitely say he's feeling confident in that matchup as well. So, yeah, I mean... And I just want to harken back to something you said like a while ago at this point, but it's coming back to me. Oreo was also like the one player who was continuing to ladder in the offseason.
Yeah.
So
it shows.
It definitely does. So while I still think that Piglet is... I still think that Piglet is up there. Definitely very high up there. I might be biased, but I want to say Oreo is the favorite for this season.
Oh.
I don't want to jinx it either.
Bold.
I think it's between him and Piglet.
Yeah. Bold words, mate. Bold words. I 100% agree. Piglet is the player that I'm keeping my eye on because even though Oreo has really good ZvT and like he went toe-to-toe with Special a couple of weeks ago as well, it was really impressive to see. But Piglet is a different kind of Terran player. He doesn't play Biotank, he doesn't play Biomine, he plays mech. And he has a very solid style of mech. So that is you require a different skill set if you want to take down a player like that. And I know that I'm pretty sure Oreo considers Piglet to be the biggest threat, even more of a threat compared to like Probe or Seethrow or anyone else.
He's hoping somebody else takes him out first.
He is. Oh god, he really is. And yeah, with that, congratulations to Oreo. He does move on. Everyone, exclamation mark B in the chat if you want to have a look at the bracket yourselves, because we have some updates. Azure and Starduck, they were supposed to be playing at the same time, but Starduck has forfeited because he wasn't here. He wasn't awake. He is on that degen sleep schedule, and fun fact, he only just now woke up after the forfeit went through. God.